Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Hey, boo, what's going on, girl? What you still doing up? Girl, I'm gonna be up for a little bit. I guess I'm looking all right. I ain't do nothing today. None today but talk on the phone. How's everyone doing? Hey, Ann. Hi, TBY. Michelle, my belle. Girl, yeah, I'm in the bed too, child. Are you looking for a new love? Hey, Ernestine. How you doing? How is everyone? I did not have expectations or plans to they wore you out. I bet. I didn't have any expectations or plans to come on, but when God puts something on your heart, and I like TikTok. Hey, Lady of Suspense. I have to say what is on my heart. Yes, Lord. I have to say what's on my heart. What's up, people in the sky? How y'all doing? Hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all had a great Sunday. Hope everybody ate good. Um, I hope everybody in this live and in the sky. I hope your mental health is healthy and you're doing good. I hope everybody's been safe. With the storm. Some people still ain't got no lights and stuff like that. I actually ordered some groceries for Walmart for tomorrow, and a lot of stuff was out. You know what I'm saying? But I got what was out, what was there. That's how I do that. So this is the opportunity for me to try new things because I didn't have the regular stuff I used to get. Hey, welcome in everyone. My name's Medina. I am the founder and owner of She Say He Say LLC. I'm also a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse now for over 10 years. I do want to let you know that this live is a safe space. If it's anything you want to talk about or anyone that is disrespectful, you will be exit to the left. Okay. If it's something I'm talking about and you don't want to hear it, you got 10 fingers that God bless you with. Use all 10 fingers and swipe your ass up into the sky and watch from there. Go somewhere else. Okay. Those are the options that you have. But yeah, people in the sky, I miss y'all, but thinking about y'all because I don't know, somebody right here going through something. I don't know what you're going through, but just know it's going to be all right. Okay. But you got to trust God is going to move it and get it together for you. And, don't doubt or worry. Okay. That's what I have to give to you. But yes, Lord, I want to say, you know, my journey, and this is my journey and experience. My journey on TikTok has been a rocky journey, I would say. It's been a rocky journey, but it's been a learning opportunity. I've learned a lot when it comes to meeting people, when it comes to trying to, befriend people and those types of things. And I've also learned that sometimes that's not always best. Okay. And my focus now moving forward is for me to be able to provide substance when I come on here on the TikTok streets. I'm going to be providing substance. Okay. I'm going to talk about my businesses. I'm going to talk about the public and because I'm a registered nurse, I do have the expertise and the knowledge to provide education related to your health and wellness. So I'm going to talk about those things, answer those questions. But I'm also going to be silly because I'm a silly person. I like to have fun sometimes, and sometimes I might have to shut you down. It's okay. Welcome in, everyone. Thank y'all for coming in. Dawn Michelle. I felt that right there. I felt that. Samuel Goodman. Dimples. Thank you for coming in. And church all done by KD. with the numbers behind your name. Name, 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 name. I want to say I love you. I don't know what you're going through, but I love you. If God could love me, I could love you too. I love you. People in the sky, I want to say I love you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, God. Uh, yes, Lord. I put that's on my spirit. Okay. And I also want to say this. There are so many things about the will of God. Some things we can't explain because it seems so hard. We try to find a way that seems to be just right. But the ways that we choose only leads us further from the light. If we could learn to accept the things we cannot change, and never question God, for he'll never know his way except what God allows. And we must never try to tell him how to order our lives. See, I'm singing listen, let me tell y'all something. See, this is the problem with people. Don't worry about how I'm sounding, because I do know how to sing. I'm just tired. But focus on the words that I'm saying. Okay? I don't have to quit singing because you don't feel like you like how it sounds. You got the 10 fingers that the Lord, you can even use your 10 toes. You got 10 toes and 10 fingers. Take all of them. Okay? In that position. And swipe your ass on up to the sky. Okay? Get out my life. I'm just singing how I want to sing, and I can do that if I want to. Okay? Yes, God. Because it's about the message. I could sing, baby. I could sing. See, Maya Angelou said you got to check people on their stuff. And I'm checking that person that came in and want to say, keep your day job. Bitch, get a job. Okay? Get a job, and then maybe me and you could talk. I got time today for the peoples. Thank y'all for coming in. Listen to the words of the song. There are so many things about the will of God. See, what our problem is, we always want to do what we want to do, and then you wonder why things don't work out, because you ain't going to the Most High. You're not starting there. If you start there with the Most High, everything else will fall effortlessly. Okay? That's all I'm trying to say. If I want to bust a note and sing for the Lord, that's what I'm going to do. Don't matter how I sound. God still love me. That's what's wrong with people now. Miserable. Tired and through. What's wrong? You okay? You okay, sir? Do you need help? What's wrong with you? That you got to be so rude and so disrespectful that you had to say something. Had to say something. Well, you got my attention. Yes, you did. And see, now you in trouble. You know why? Because you messing with a special child of God. I am a chosen one. Yes, God. I am a chosen one. But I'm going to let God handle you. Talking about keep my first job. Boo, I got several jobs, love. What you got? You see? You don't even know that me coming on here and singing that very song could have touched someone, and it could have touched you. You would have opened up your heart. But your sickness, people are so nasty now. They're filled with so much yuck. You see? They filled with so much yuck. Kind and work not. I'm gonna sing and praise God any way I want, whether I hit the tune right or whether I don't. I ain't got to prove to you I know how to sing. Now that song was out of my range, so of course it didn't sound as like perfectly, but it's the words. There are so many things about the will of God. Some things we can't explain because it seems so hard. We try to find a way that seems to be just right. But the way that we choose only leads us further from the light. See what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. We got to go on God's will and stop focusing on all the other. Yes, I do, Tony. 421. Do you got some? Do you got some? No, honey, the enemy ain't distracting me because, see, sometimes you got to place people in their place, got to put people in their place. See, I don't, my supporters that come on here and say unfavorable things, it don't bother me like that. But I'm going to put you in your place. Okay? I have medical, dental, and vision. Yeah, I got a couple of teeth that ain't there. I ain't ashamed about that. You got the wrong, you got the right one. You got the right one. I'm not ashamed to talk about the tooth that I got missing. Not at all, boo. Not at all. So carry on. And you can still stay here. Thank you. I will. I sure will. Okay? And I'm going to need you to use some for the plastic surgery because you ain't got no picture. And that's probably because you're ugly. Okay? But I can't help that. All right? You're a creature. So I want you to use some medical insurance. They don't cover plastic surgery. So go ahead and do a GoFundMe or get us or get some cash out so you can get a face. All right, because the children are scaring you. You're scaring the children. You're scaring the children. Okay, my God, today ain't got nothing else to do. Thank you, Lady of Suspense. You know I don't really care about all that stuff. I got a message and it's gonna get through. See, that's what the devil likes to do. He likes to distract, but that's okay. That's cool. The devil ain't busy with me, though. The devil ain't busy. I'm going to win. I'm always going to win on top of that. I'm always going to win. But I want to talk about, social media and things that's going on in relationships. Because I seen something today that really this really touched my heart. And I want to send a shout out to her, but I don't want to really say anything. So I'm just going to say, shout out to you, my sister, but you're going to be all right. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't let anyone stop you. You pray about it and let God lead you in the right direction and pray for God to put people in your life, the right people to be in your life, to be behind you, beside you, and in front of you. Okay. And congratulations on all your success. So at the end of the day, hey, Ruth Brown, at the end of the day, I ain't worrying about these haters and imitators and all the other haters. I ain't worrying about all that because I know who I am. I know who I am. God got me. Yes. Lady Suspense always tell me, D, sing right, sing right. I sing right sometimes, and sometimes I just want to sing, and I just want to shout, and I just want to say, thank you, Lord, because the outcome could have been worse. Okay? We got to do better as a community. We got to do better. All right? But I do want to discuss some upcoming events that I am going to have scheduled. Last week, myself and Lady of Suspense, thank you for being a special guest, and also Boo for Life, thank you for sponsoring that live. We had last Wednesday, we had a women and men's health, education, and we talked about a lot of good information. If you would like to see that, go to my bio, click on the YouTube icon, and it's on my YouTube page, and it's on Facebook. Girl, yeah, just block them right out the way, just right out the gate. Just block them. If they ain't got hardly no followers or anything, just block them. We sorry, y'all. We got to do that because, see, I'm trying to talk and get a message out here. Okay? So I will be discussing, I will be looking into having another women and men's health, but this is going to talk about specific conditions that are rare. May not be too rare, but like lupus, sarcoidosis, those kind of things. So I do want to have one about that. I'm also going to talk about COPD. I think that's a good one to also talk about. That's very important. Okay. We talked about diabetes. It's a lot more we could do with diabetes. So I probably will revisit that, but there's also going to be one about mental health. All right. Sickle cell is also a good one too. Yes, it does. It is very important. Blue Ridge. Thank you. Thank you, love. It is very important. Because a lot of people don't know, like someone who gets, like, for example, I had a patient who was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and I can tell that it really affected him mentally. because he started to feel the side effects of, or the, the snow, like the hand, finger, and trembling and different things like that. But he didn't want to take any medication. He wanted to do things the holistic way, and that is his choice. But for me, as a registered nurse, it is my responsibility to provide the holistic way, but also Western medicine, so that that person can make a sound decision in regards to Parkinson. Most importantly, it is my responsibility to make sure this person understands his condition, the pathophysiology, meaning what causes Parkinson's, what's the treatment, what's the diet for it, what are the medications, you see what I'm saying, what are some prerequisites and things like that. Those are the things, making sure that he's attending his appointments when he should, physical therapy if he needs that, speech therapy. My purpose is to let them know what's, because with Parkinson's, it's going to debilitate you eventually. You're going to get to that point where it's going to debilitate you. So with going through that type of situation, that's called grieving. Just like as if someone went to glory, it's a grieving phase. Anything that's new in health, you're going to go through the grieving phases. And sometimes it may not be in the same order, the order that they say it is. Okay. So my responsibility is to support him in that grieving phase and empower him to understand and know what Parkinson's is, and make the sound decision to ensure that he stays healthy throughout the process, but also get him to a point of acceptance. Because until you can get someone to accept the condition, that person may not go to the appointments like they're supposed to. That person might not be following the diet that they're supposed to follow. They may not be taking the medications they're supposed to take. You see what I'm saying? That's going to harm them. So I have to get my members empowered to be able to go ahead and start taking the steps to manage their conditions, no matter what the conditions are. That is what my goal is every day when I'm talking to my patients. And I have sometimes over 100 or 200 patients that I manage, and it's different things. Okay. So that's something that I'm going to be doing more, like health nurse consultant on social media platforms. I'm also going to start going live on Facebook as well at the same time. I tried to do it last time. It didn't work, but I'm going to try to figure it out. But the next event will be held right here on TikTok, and it will be held on Facebook. And I will let you guys know what time, so that you'll be aware. And once the live is finished, it goes up on Facebook and it goes on YouTube again. So if you miss it, you can always click in my bio, that black YouTube button is going to take you straight to the videos that I've uploaded. Okay. So the one about the women's health is on there. There's also one about autism. There's one uploaded about mental health. So those are just things, I suffer with mental health. So I'm always going to talk about mental health. It's very important. Okay. I'm never going to stop talking about that. I don't care how many times. So if you don't want to hear it, boom, swipe, and you're done. That's how that works. Straight like that. Okay. But that is what my goal is. And it's also to help someone out there, whether you're in the sky, whether you're in the room. That's what I want to do. That's the purpose. And that's what I've decided to do, is look into me doing that independently. I have a business, a clothing line, shop at SheSaidHeSay.com, and also have She Say He Say Boutique, but that one will be going under construction. So shop at SheSaidHeSay.com is under my business, She Say He Say LLC. Okay. So I'm also looking into doing my own nurse consultant and contracting with companies to educate people, whether that's virtually, whether that may be in the home, that may be in a hospital setting, that may be in a skilled nursing facility, however it may be. My goal is to give the people and empower them and give them the education that they need. Sickle cell will be one that I'll be talking about, boo. I think sickle cell and lupus is one I'll be talking about. It'll probably be two things at a time, because I know both of them is very broad. And see, something I can say about sickle cell is that as African Americans, when someone's in a sickle cell crisis, okay, they have to be given strong, medications. And so a lot of times those type of patients get categorized as drug seekers. However, You can't tell someone they're in pain. Pain is not something you can see. It's something that a person has to tell you. Okay, it's subjective. They got to tell you that they're in pain. Um, there is some nonverbal with that if they're, cringed over or something like that. So you can observe some of the nonverbal, but they have to tell you that they're in pain. And what happens with sickle cell is that because of their cells are sickle like a S, and it's hard to get through the bloodstream. That's what causes that crisis. And so I do know, hey Ansley, I do know that they are starting to build sickle cell clinics, because what's happening is a lot of sickle cell patients that's going through a crisis, of course they go into the emergency room, and they started seeing those numbers drastically. Well, I know here and where I'm at in North Carolina, they made some changes with that. Hey love. And so now they have created sickle cell centers that allow for the patients to come in and be treated if they're in a crisis outpatient, and then be able to leave. I had a best friend back when I was 20 years old that died of sickle cell. She was 20 years old. We had just, she graduated from high school years before that. I graduated at 16. So I was about 4 years later, she died from sickle cell. My daughter swells up so bad. She's only 26. Yes, it's debilitating. And, and they also state that sickle cell patients, some of them may not live past 40, and things of that nature. So I'm a firm believer in providing all information, whether it may be something that's unfavorable. And when I say unfavorable, I mean uncomfortable or negative, not seem negative or something. You still want to get the information. You still want to know all around what's going on. Okay. So definitely as a sickle cell patient, be empowered to advocate for yourself. If you need your medication, you ask for your medication, okay? If you need Dilaudid because morphine ain't working, you ask for the Dilaudid, okay? If you need something for nausea, Zofran, Finnegan, you ask for that, because that's what you need. Don't ever let any doctor make you feel as though you're a drug seeker. No, I have a condition. This condition is so it is complex, it's debilitating. And in order for me to be able to do my function in life, I need to have particular treatment. So there's a protocol where if someone coming with sickle cell, this is how we treat them. If someone come in dehydrated, this is how we treat them. If someone come in and they have unstable blood glucose, we're going to use the glucose stabilizer, and this is how we're going to treat them. There's protocols for everything, but you got to be empowered to go to the doctor's office or go to the hospital and let them know that, and don't let them make you feel any kind of way. My goal, y'all, let me tell y'all this. My passion and my goal is to ensure that as Black people, we have always been categorized as being strong. We can hold pain because of what we went through slavery. Okay, let's talk about it. And that is not necessarily true. And what happens is when you get categorized like that, soon as you ask for something, here they come making it seem like, well, I give you tramadol. No, tramadol don't work for me. I need Vicodin. And it's nothing wrong with asking for what you need. You know what you need. It's nothing wrong with that. And they can give you 10 pills and then let you know to schedule an appointment with your primary care doctor if you need further medication. Yes, they can. But you got to know that information. But you also have to know how to communicate in a way where that doctor, that physician assistant, that nurse practitioner is going to receive what you're saying in a professional way for you to be able to obtain what you need for your health maintenance, for your health and well-being. See what I'm saying? You have to know how to communicate. So what I do is if I have a patient who is not comfortable, not sure of what to say, who may have went to doctors and felt like they took their dignity, they were disrespectful, if they crossed the line, I empower my patients to report that. Don't allow somebody to make you feel a certain way. You're paying for a service just like the next person. Just because I'm Black, I shouldn't be treated a particular way. I deserve to be treated just as such as anyone else. But you have to know how to do that and not put your feelings in it to get what you need, and not be afraid to get what you need. And that's just the truth. I also encourage people to have that patient doctor relationship, patient nurse relationship. It's very important to have that relationship. It really is. So those going to be some of the upcoming things that I'm going to focus on, is continuing to empower people when it comes to going to your doctor's appointment, when it comes to you trying to understand information. It is not leaving the doctor's office and you don't know what's going on. It's not the place to be sitting at home wondering and twiddling your fingers and thumbs, eating Tootsie Rolls, drinking a damn root beer soda, wondering what I got to do. No. When you're in that doctor's appointment, yes, the doctor probably got 50 patients they got to see. But when they come and see you, you make sure they're attentive to you and you get what you need. So if there is something that the doctor is stating to you that is going over your head, you don't understand, you may need them to write it down. You need to let the doctor know straight like this. Dr. Johnson, thank you so much for explaining this information. However, I'm not clear on what I need to do, and I want to make sure that I am being successful in managing my health and wellness. So can you please just go over this with me more in layman's terms? Layman terms mean break it down, simple and plain. Make it plain. It would greatly be appreciated. Doctors love that. They love that because they're not used to people coming in. Most time doctors they come and see you, they ask you whatever, the same questions, they finish up, give you the paper, and they done. But when they have someone, I'm telling you, if you actually communicate with your doctor, most times you will get a great outcome. Most times, but you got to know how to do it. And that's what I want to do. I want to be able to assist people with my over 10 years of experience working in utilization review, working in case management, 7 years working as a CNA too. I want to be able to provide that knowledge to everyone so that you're able to go to those appointments and feel enlightened, feel empowered, and feel like you still have your dignity. That is the main purpose. And so moving forward from this day on, I'm going to definitely continue to talk about these things because I think it's important. Talking about different health conditions, what to do, what to look for, what tests to take, why is this happening? Having y'all understand the pathophysiology, talking about mental health, and then talking about utilizing motivational interviewing skills. Now, I've talked about this before, using the open-ended questions. That is a hard skill to grasp. It really is. It took me a while to grasp that skill. I used to think, shoot, I don't do no motivational interviewing. But once I started doing that, I have learned that it has allowed me to build relationships with members because it's promoting and encouraging them to talk. What do you know about diabetes? What do you know about cholesterol? Tell me, what do you know? See what I'm saying? And then when they tell me what they know, I'm always going to acknowledge that as an accomplishment and a first step. Wow, that's great. I'm glad you're taking the steps to really understand your condition. Can I provide you some more information just to kind of tie things together? That's how you do that. And that's how, let me see, Ansley, get to know the office and know who's responsible for things. That's right. Because you can't go to an office manager. But if there's no office manager and it's a private practice, you're going to have to go to the board of directors, the medical directors or whatever they call it. That's what you will have to do. Okay. So those are going to be the things that I'm going to be talking about. I'm also going to be interviewing a few people that I think are very successful because I want to interview people of all walks of life so that they can give their insight. They can tell you their history. They can let you know what's some of the advantages, some of the positives or the disadvantages that they've had, the challenges that they've had. What is something that they learned? You know, I promise you, I could tell you is a lot I've learned as a small business owner, and I'm still learning. But this, God laid this on my heart, and this is what I'm supposed to do. This is my niche. This is what I'm supposed to do. Educate the community. Educate the community. Talk about health and wellness. Talk about mental health. It's nothing wrong with that. Especially men, Black men. encouraging y'all and supporting y'all so that you can go to the doctor and letting y'all know it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to get into a rumble. It's all about communication. And if it's someone that's disrespecting you, if it's someone that's treating you a particular way and is affecting you're taking your dignity, you don't need that doctor. It will be time to get another doctor. And sometimes you may have to go through 6 doctors until you find the right one. That's just the reality of it. Yes, it can be frustrating. However, you want to make sure your health is on point. So you may have to do that. You may have to put in the work. See, what happens is me being a case manager, some people think I'm a personal assistant. No, that's not what I do. That I'm not a personal assistant. I'm here to support and advocate for you, but I'm not a personal assistant. If you need a doctor's appointment and you haven't called, now it's one thing if you've been calling and you've been getting some pushback. But if you say, well, can you help me? Can you call, make an appointment? I'm going to say, well, I think it's best that you do that so that they can help you with being more independent in your health, your health and wellness. Go. And then if there's any difficulty or pushback, then I'll be more than happy to assist with your permission. That is what I do. You're not going to call me to ask me to call your doctor when you could have called your doctor instead of calling me. You are designated to that case to educate and for escalating, advocating, not concierge. Exactly. Okay, this is not the Hilton. This is not it. Okay. I was about to say Wells Fargo, but I was thinking about what was I thinking about? What's Trump Towers? What's the is it Win? Whatever. This ain't it. That's all I know. This ain't it. Okay. So like I said, those are going to be things that I will be discussing. I'm not here, I've come a long way on this TikTok streets. Lord knows I have. And if you've been with me, you know. And so I have to educate people. And this is not just for, Black people as well. But that's who I want to speak to because I'm an African American. And it's statistically known that we're lower social economic, and I'm not just saying Black. I mean, I know it's other places, but we need that information and that knowledge. People is you want to see someone that looks like you because you'll trust them. Okay. Now, granted, there may be some that look like you and they ain't shit, and that's just a part of what it is. But trust me, there's a million more that do look like you that is ready to really help you get on the right track. Okay. Whether it's a terminal illness, whether it's a medical condition, whatever it is, they're here to help you get you back on track. And that is what I want to do. Medina Taylor. Sorry, I got this here on me. Medina Taylor, founder and owner, She Say He Say LLC. Shop at SheSayHeSay.com. And I'm also a registered nurse, a health educator who's going to be educating the community one live at a time. That's what I'm going to be doing. And I had to come on here and say this because this was on my heart. Okay. All right. So those that try to come through and do extra, no weapon form shall prosper. You see what I'm saying? It ain't. I'm very transparent about myself. There's nothing you can say to me that's going to hurt my feelings. Okay. So it is what it is. But I thank y'all so much for coming in. I just want to let y'all know what to look for. And like I said, if you are someone that may have lupus or sarcoidosis or other rare condition, I would love for you to DM me so we can set up a time where we can do a live and really educate the people. Okay. Something that I also want to do again is discuss the co-pays, co-insurance, and deductibles, and how that actually works, behind the scenes, because sometimes people don't understand how stuff be working behind the scenes. Okay. And what's going on. It's not always that easy, but again, when you know why something is in place, why is my benefits like this? When you know that, then you have a better understanding about that. And that's something that we run into all the time working with managed organizations like United Healthcare, Aetna, Cigna, Blue Anthem, Capital Blue Cross, all those things. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, I think it's very important that we look into these things. We learn together, be enlightened, be empowered. That's the thing, be empowered and spread the good news. And also celebrate the milestones. If you're someone who A1C, and that lets the doctor know what you've been. Let me tell you what the A1C is in layman's terms. It lets the doctor know that you ain't been eating right. If you're a type 2 diabetic, that's what it is. Because it should be under 7. If it's over that, it's letting the doctor know you ain't been eating right in the last 3 months. Period. That's what the A1C is. And so if you someone to have a 12, and then when you go back to your doctor, it's now at a 10, congratulate yourself for the milestones that you took. Congratulate yourself for that step. That's an accomplishment. You might not have met your goal of wanting to be under 7, but you're getting there. There's progress. Okay? Give yourself a pat on the back. And then when you go the next time, it may be at a 7. Give yourself that again, girl. I'm a 9.1. Oh, yeah, you got to get that down, love. You ain't eating right, boo. You ain't eating right. I'm telling you, you got to exercise. You got to eat right. All those things you got to do when it comes to being a diabetic and with hypertension. Do you know that there's something called renin? And what's the name of it? It's in your kidneys and it regulates your blood pressure. And that's why it's so important to make sure you manage your hypertension, diabetes, and those kind of things, because those things can lead to you to be on dialysis. Okay. And I'm going to tell you something. That's one area I never worked in, but I worked on a renal floor. So I would have to take patients to do the dialysis. That's something right there that I don't wish on nobody. I don't wish that on nobody. And what dialysis is going to do is you're going to be hooked up to a machine. You either going to have a fistula or a graft in your arm. And there's a needle, a huge needle that they got to, it's a whole setup and they got to do it right. Everything is sterile. And what it's doing is it's pulling fluid off of you. It's getting rid of flushing, it's purifying your blood and getting rid of taking your blood out and all whatever it is, all the stuff that don't need to be there, and then bringing it back in. And then it'll tell you how much fluid, and depending on how much fluid that they've moved, that means you ain't been doing something right. If they pull, you got on dialysis and they pull a whole lot of fluid from you, you ain't been eating right. You ain't been doing stuff right. You ain't been doing stuff right. So you got to make sure that you being attentive to that and you focusing on that and writing that stuff down and what you eating. The doctors, these tests are going to let them know what you're doing. And if you're doing something and you ain't doing something, you're not going to be able to get by. You're not going to be able to get by. So definitely you don't want to play with dialysis. You don't want to play with diabetes and stuff like that, because that's when you start going into amputations and getting on dialysis and your kidneys going bad, and you might not can't find somebody to get a kidney from, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Your skin start turning dark, you tired, you just if anybody in here in the sky ever worked in dialysis in a healthcare field, they are some mean patients. You know why? Because it's painful. They tired, the stuff that they go through, it's a lot. Sometimes they could be there for 8 hours just sitting there. Then they got that fistula and graft, okay? And what you do is you got to listen to it with your stethoscope to hear the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. That means that it's the blood flowing and stuff. It's flowing good. Sometimes it get clogged up and you can't take no blood pressure on the arm that has the fistula or the graft. You can't take no blood pressure on that arm. My God, today, please, if you in healthcare and you a beginner nurse, please listen for the shh, 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 with your stethoscope to make sure that blood and stuff is going through. But you can't take no blood pressure on this arm where it has that fistula or graft, okay? And sometimes it get clogged up where you got to go back and get surgery and get another one. It ain't fun, y'all. Getting through dialysis is not fun. Blood pressure, the lab draws, go to the other arm they have to do it in the other arm. Yep. They have to, or sometimes if you can't do it in the arms, you got to take it in the leg. You got to take it up in the lower leg. And if you check your blood pressure on one arm and it's high and you like, I don't know about that, wait 3 minutes and then do it on the other arm. Try it on the other arm and see what you get. And then if it's still a little bit off, you may need to get your blood pressure glucose calibrated, reset. And you can do that by going to your doctor's office. That's how you can do that. Okay. And like I said before, be careful with these medications. If you are able to ask your pharmacy, do they do pill packs? That's the best thing to do. Okay. Because like I said, these doctors do not communicate with each other. You may be taking the same type of stuff, and that's called polypharmacy, and it can be deadly. Let your doctor know what you're taking, supplements and everything. All of that. Make sure you let your doctor know what you're taking, because some supplements have a negative reaction with some medications. So you gotta be, you gotta make sure you're paying attention to that and you're doing what you need to do in reference to the medications. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It's very important. So, like I said, that's my goal, is to provide the knowledge that I have to the people, because I feel like it's necessary. I was gonna say that after Mr. I had to have mine down on my. Yep, on your legs. You right, Lady of Suspense. Yep, they do it right on your leg. Check your blood pressure and make sure people are using the right cuff, because the wrong cuff size can affect your blood pressure reading too. If they trying to use a pediatric cuff and you a grown ass person, unless your arm is little, they may use it. But make sure when you get these blood pressures done that they using the right cuff. If you need a medium cuff and they got a big old extra large, that really ain't gonna come out right. I'm gonna tell you that now. It's not gonna come out right. It sure ain't. And if you want your blood pressure checked manually, meaning you don't want them to hook you up to the machine and the machine do it, just tell them they can do it. They can take your blood pressure manually. Sure can. Put that O2 pulse ox on your finger. Put the thermometer in your mouth, under your tongue or whatever, to hold it for fever. Check your pulse. Okay. That's what you do with that, and get your blood pressure reading, and then go from there. But hey, black girl, but you definitely want to make sure that you're staying attentive, and hey, love, you're staying attentive and empowered in your health and wellness. Okay, especially with mental health. If your mental is not in order, you will not do anything for the medical. You're not gonna do anything. I'm telling you right now. That's Maslow's law. You have to be physically healthy to be able to do the other things you need to do for your medical. If there's someone who is schizophrenic and in a crisis, they are not going to be focusing on, if they got the high blood pressure, they're not going to be taking their medications or any of that. They probably ain't taking their medications that for the actual taking their medications for the mental health condition, because a lot of these medications, y'all, this is why sometimes a lot of people who suffer from bipolar or schizophrenia or paranoid schizophrenia or stuff like that. The reason why people do that is because it makes them feel numb. They don't like that feeling. It makes you feel like a walking zombie. That's how powerful those drugs are. But they're needed, because if not, and you're bipolar, you're in your manic phase, that can be deadly. Because when you're in your manic phase, you just all over the place. You ain't sleeping. You just doing all kinds of stuff. Just stay up all days after days. Granulous, just all over the place. They got to bring that down. And yes, some of the medications will make you feel numb. And so what they do is they do self-medicated, i.e. some drugs, different things like that to manage stuff. That's what happens. So you got to educate, you know what I'm saying, and emphasize the importance. When someone has a mental health condition, emphasize the importance of that person taking that medication. Because if not, it can result in an unfavorable situation. Definitely it will. So you got to take your medication, and we got to get into the point where we could talk to our counselors. I'm not talking about talking to your family and friends. Sometimes you got to talk to someone who does not know you. Therefore, there's no bias. So if you are employed, Your employer may have an employee assistance program. With this employee assistance program, there are counselors that are certified to help assist you into navigating through those feelings that you're having related to your mental health. Not even mental health, it could be from grieving, it could be you're stressed out, different things. There are different sessions. You get a certain amount of sessions for each thing, okay? Please look into that because that is so important. Employee EAP. That's what the initial is. EAP. Okay. Employee Assistance Program is typically a free program. And as you're able to talk to someone over the phone and they listen. And I love it. I love it. They just listen. And they'll also give you some feedback, but it feels good because you don't feel like you're being judged by somebody. No one ain't judging you or looking at you crazy or like, oh Lord, here she come talking about this and that. You know what I'm saying? I don't be caring about that stuff because I don't do this just for me. I do this for y'all because I know that there are people that are going through things and they need this information. You don't see these things on TikTok. What we see on TikTok is a disgrace. Now, some stuff is funny, don't get me wrong, but some of the stuff, the drama, the unnecessary this and unnecessary that, it's just too much. So there has to be a balance here, and I want to be that balance. I want to be the positive balance to provide to provide this education to you that I have and share it with you so you can be empowered to make sure that you are doing your health maintenance. Okay? Physically, spiritually, mentally, in a full alignment. And that's just the truth. So I'll also talk about, I will say just a quick moment at shop at she-say-he-say.com. Anthony, or Lady of Suspense, can you put shop at she-say-he-say.com in the chat? That is my boutique. It's a women's clothing line, cute, affordable clothing, size inclusive, meaning I do have outfits that run from small to 4XL. Okay. Nothing on my site is over $30. I have t-shirts for $15, which is called my labels, fitted t-shirts. I have sweaters for $25. Some of those are my labels, sweaters, fitted, my sweater shirts. I have a beautiful African sweater there. I also have cardigans that are $25 in gray, black, and red. I have summer sweater sets for $30 in pink, orange, and black. You can check my profile for these things. I also have my red multi-signature cardigan. The cardigans come with pockets except for the one that's multicolor. And I have the fancy camo jackets which have the white or the colorful. Okay? Those are $30. I have Shop Pay, and with Shop Pay, if you spend over $50, you can make 4 bi-weekly payments, no interest. 4 bi-weekly payments, meaning you'll be able to pay something off in 2 months. However, if you want to pay it off sooner, you can go ahead, knock yourself out. Okay? But again, you make the labels, don't let the labels make you, and that's my goal in reference to that. So I hope people on this line are able to I don't know what happened. Were y'all able to put it in or did y'all leave? The shopper she say he say. I didn't see it. Let me see. I'll put it in. Hold on one second, y'all. I also have some there we go. Okay, I see it, but I don't see it. I don't see where y'all say y'all put it in. You know how it was last night, but it's all right. Can y'all see mine? I just put in there. Yeah, that's how it is. It's okay. In my bio, if you click on a hyperlink, shop at she-say-he-say.com, it'll take you straight to my site. Or you don't even have to go to my site. There's a icon that's like a shopping bag icon. If you click on that, it'll give you the clothes as an option as well. Okay. And I do have some exciting items that's coming through that I cannot wait. I will be adding more handbags because I think that, those handbags selling out quick. So I will be adding some more handbags and other items as well. Okay. But I just wanted to come on here. My name is Medina, known as DT, to just introduce myself. And okay. To just introduce myself and just let you guys know, prepare to be sick of me because I'm always going to come on live. That's just it. I love TikTok. TikTok has its ups and downs, but for me, it's very beneficial. I love Instagram. I love Facebook, YouTube. Each platform has a different reason that benefits in some way, shape, or form. But the most important that I want you guys to take away is really reflect. Reflect on your life and where you are right now. Am I where I want? Am I doing what I want to do in life? Am I doing too much? Am I not doing enough? Am I heavy on procrastination? Am I motivated? Can I motivate myself? Can I look in the mirror and have self motivation, determination, and inspiration to do whatever my mind is set to do? The ideology or the dream that I have, am I bringing it to fruition or am I just sitting on it? Am I being jealous of other people that's doing things that you want to do or just doing things that you just don't feel motivated to do? It's time for us to get real with ourselves, y'all. And until you get real with yourself, you're going to always be in this situation where you feel like you're stuck. You feel like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm going to do. You have to be honest with yourself, be truthful with yourself and what your life is and self-reflect. Take a weekend one day, just one day out the weekend. Just don't have no TV on or anything, and journal and write down right now, what do you want out of life? And what are you going to do to get there? You see what I'm saying? You got to be able to acknowledge those things. You got to have a plan and a strategy. And it can be done, y'all. It can be done. Trust me. So whatever your heart desires, pray about it to God. And if it is in his will for you, you will have it. What's for you is going to be for you. And that's the honest truth. Stay tunnel vision. Focus on what you're trying to do. But first, be honest with yourself and where you are right now in life as it relates to your relationships with your children, with your husband, with your boyfriend, at work, all that stuff. Be real with yourself. Because that's how, when you can break down those walls and break down and those shield off all that extra stuff, you will feel a whole lot better. A whole lot better. Because then it's like, okay, I know what I need to do now. What's the next step? Let me see what the next step is. That's how you do that. Okay. So, so I just wanted to come on just for a little bit. I thank y'all, people in the sky. I appreciate y'all so much for y'all support. I really do. And y'all, please go check out shop at shesayhesay.com. I know that there may be some sizes that some people may have ran out. Okay. And that's unfortunate, but I really feel like there'll be something else that you can find, even if it's for someone else. Support a small business. You know what I'm saying? This is my passion. I have a lot of things that I want to do, and I'm definitely going to share it with you guys in due time. But I also have to make sure that I'm making sure my mental is right. I got to. So definitely check out shop at shesayhesay.com. I know that you guys will love the items. The items to come, you're going to love it. I cannot wait. So definitely do that. But I'm going to get ready to go because I got to get ready for work tomorrow. Lord, help me, Jesus. Father God, in the name of Jesus and the Son and the Holy Ghost. Ugh, I tell you. But it's all right. It's all right. I got a job. I got a job. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. I got a job and I have a reality where I have my boutique. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, love. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope I didn't come off being bossy or anything like that. Yes, it's going to be a smooth tomorrow. Yes, y'all have a smooth tomorrow. And think about some of the things that I said, okay? And like I said, I'm going to create the events. All right. The first event is going to be talking about probably like lupus, sarcoidosis, COPD. It'll be something around that realm, okay? Then I don't know, I may do mental health first. But either way, I'm going to get to all of these things because I'm going to dedicate myself to educate one live at a time. Okay? The people in the room and the people in the sky. Okay? But I appreciate you, Mr. Sagittarius, and I hope I didn't disrespect anyone. If someone has a question and need more clarity, or you have a personal situation that you might need some assistance with, I will say this. If it's dealing with medical, okay, as a nurse, In our scope of practice, we're not able to diagnose. What we do is treat the symptoms of the diagnosis. So if anyone ever reach out to me about something and I'm not able to answer, I will in a professional way let you know that's out of my scope. However, I think it's best that you reach out to your primary care doctor or your physician assistant or nurse practitioner to get the service that you need, because they are the ones within their scope that can diagnose and treat the condition. Okay. I never want to give out information because I'm a researcher and I'm heavy on evidence-based practice. So any information that I give you guys, it's evidence-based, meaning that someone did some studies and it's true based on the studies that they provide or statistics. Okay. If there's any resources that I can provide, I'll definitely will. They will be credible resources, all right? But you got to use them. That's the thing. You got to use them, okay? And also medication. I want to be able to, my next live, I want to be able to provide some resources for medication, okay? There are so many pharmaceutical resources for people who can't afford their medication. The best place to start is with the manufacturer. 9 times out of 10, the manufacturer has some type of coupon where you can qualify to get that medication for a year, and then you have to recertify. So just keep that in mind. And see, that's things that people don't even tell you, because sometimes the doctor don't have samples, but you need this medication. So definitely, and I'm gonna tell you something else too. When your doctor prescribes something, call your insurance company and find out if it's covered. Because what happens is you get the medication, you don't call the insurance, you go to the pharmacy say it needs a pre-authorization, and you like, what's pre-authorization? See, now you anxious, you don't know what's going on. But that's because depending on the medication, it has to be approved first based on the medical necessity of you needing that medication. So always contact your insurance company, find out, hey, is this covered? If it's not covered, ask them, can they provide you with other medications within that class that are covered? I'm going to say that one more time. If the doctor prescribed you a medication and it's not covered under your insurance, ask them what other medications that can treat this condition are covered under my benefit. Then you can relay that information to your doctor. Your doctor can then send that to your pharmacist. The pharmacist will fill it and you will have it so you can be compliant and take your medications as prescribed. Always take medications as prescribed. If you start having side effects from the medications, call your doctor. Don't just stop. It depends on how severe those side effects are. But anytime you're having some side effects about a medication, let your doctor know. So your doctor can do an assessment and maybe provide something different that may not have as many side effects, but still going to treat your illness. Okay? Hey, Anthony. So definitely that's another nugget to give out there. And don't forget to take your medications with you to every doctor that you go to. I know sometimes it might be a hassle, but please do it. That's called polypharmacy. You do not want to be taking multiple medications because you don't know what the left hand and the right hand doing. Please just get your Dollar Tree bag or whatever bag you got, little Crown Royal bag, whatever you got. Put your medication in there, take it with you. That way the doctor, thank you for following, love. And I appreciate y'all for being here. If I haven't said hello to you, my name is Medine. I'm a registered nurse and I'm also a small business owner of an online women's clothing shop at SheSaidHeSay.com. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all people in the sky for tuning in too. I know it's late. I'm getting ready to get off, but I God led me here seriously to come on here and discuss this, and everything. So take your medications with you. If you got a list or if you whatever that might be. Yep, girl, the Crown Royal bag, girl. You know how I be, child. People be using all kinds of bags. The blood pressure cuff bag, take the blood pressure, out, put the medication in there. Then sometimes there's medication in there that's been in there for 2 and 3 years. It's a lot, because we're older people. They be giving them the good stuff. They really do. And they give them a lot of medication. So that's why it's important to make sure that this doctor know what this doctor is doing. Because you don't want to have polypharmacy taking the same medications and then you wondering why you so doped up or something just ain't right. Yep, the Ziploc bag, the big one, the freezer bag where you'll put some freezer. That's the bag to use or whatever. Every single time you go to the doctor, take that with you. It's the same way if you went to a pain management clinic. When you go to a pain management clinic, what's the first thing they ask for? They're going to have you do a P test to see what your levels are based on that medication. Because if your blood come back that it's elevated, that means that you've been taking the medication too much. You ain't taking it as prescribed. Okay. I'm gonna tell you something. Let me go here right quick and then I'm gonna get off. Pain management, please listen closely, y'all. If your doctor is a pain management specialist and they prescribe you a medication and it's not working, do not double up on the medication. Do not do that. I'm gonna tell you what to do. This is what you do, and this is a proactive. Let's say this your first time going to you had a lumbar infusion in your back. The doctor prescribed you some Percocet, a muscle relaxer, Zofran, those type of things. Okay. You go to the back to your appointment. The first thing they're gonna do is do a urine test. The urine test is to see the therapeutic labels of those medications. If they don't have, listen closely now. If they don't have, if the number is out of range and it's too high, that's an indication that you've been abusing the medication. If someone prescribes you pain medication and it's a narcotic and it's not working, let your doctor know. Do not double up. Because you don't want to get to the point where you get on the list where you can't get the medication at all. Now you just got to use over-the-counter ibuprofen or Tylenol. You know that shit ain't working. I'm telling y'all what I know. With this opioid crisis, these companies they're kind of shutting down when it comes to these medications and all this kind of stuff like that. So make sure that you're taking your medications as prescribed. Bring the medications to you to the doctor's office, at the pain specialist. They're going to check your urine. They're also going to count your pills. They're going to count your pills. That's how they do. So, you got to sign a contract. And I'm going to tell you something. If you abuse those medications, and that pain specialist say because you're not compliant, we can no longer treat you. You better believe the word done got to all the other pain specialists. Now you up Shit's Creek. You can't go to no to get none of the pain medicine. That's why I'm saying don't burn your bridge, because with that pain medicine they don't play. Take it as prescribed. Hey, love, how you doing? Thank y'all so much for coming in. I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much again in the sky. I appreciate y'all. And I hope this is helping y'all, because again, like I said, you don't see this. You don't see someone who is in a healthcare professional who's certified and has the expertise and knowledge to give people these type of things. And the more you know, you see, it's not a bad thing yet you don't know. But when you do know, you are now enlightened. You are now empowered. You see what I'm saying? But what you want to do when it comes to the pain specialist, you don't want to abuse the medication, because what's going to happen is, like I said, they're going to call around everybody around and say, look, don't take this person. He or she been abusing it. So we know, then you get blackballed. Then your primary care doctor or physician assistant or nurse practitioner ain't going to give you no tramadol. And then you just like, it's whatever. So it's very important to make sure if you are seeing a pain specialist, you're taking your medication as prescribed. If the medication ain't working, you need to be calling your pain specialist, letting them know so they can adjust accordingly. Okay. I have had patients cross state lines because they will do that. I tried to go to your cell and I couldn't find it. Oh, Miss Weber, it's she say he say boutique.com, but that's getting ready to go under at midnight, it's getting ready to go under construction. But I do have the shop at she say he say .com. They have a few $5 items on there that you may like. For some reason TikTok ain't allowing me to put my thing up in there. So that's why I can't put it up in there. But She Say He Say Boutique today is gonna be shut down for to be what's the word? Renovations and doing different stuff like that with it. You can go to you can go on there now, but yeah, now when you put in She Say He Say Boutique, you may see a first one on the Google. If you go under, that's where you'll see it. It ain't under construction yet. I haven't closed it down yet. I'll do it tomorrow. So if you wanted to go on there, you can. But when you Google, it's not that first one. It should be that second one. And it's gonna say She Say He Say Boutique. And then you just click on it and it'll take you there. So yeah, but tomorrow it will be shut down for renovation and stuff like that. I got some other plans for it. So that's why I'm trying to sell out the $5 items. But you also have some $5 items like maxi dresses and jumpsuits. That's on She Say He Say. Okay, good. Good. And thank you so much. I appreciate the support. I really do, y'all appreciate the support. I'm just a little old person who has a dream that I put into a reality. And I'm manifesting that it's gonna grow. My business is gonna grow. I'm gonna sell out. It's gonna be so much overflow, but I'm gonna have the people around me to help me. That's what I'm doing. So those were just some jewels and some information to inform you guys. And so I'll probably do mental health next, or either lupus sarcoidosis. We'll see. I'll create an event on here, and then we'll just go in. And if you're someone who, if you have questions, you can ask in the chat. If you want to come into the live, you can. In the box, you can. This is when I have the event. You don't have to be on camera. And remember, this is a safe space. And if it's a trigger for anyone, please step away from the room, because my goal is never to hurt, harm, or add any drama or anything to someone's situation. Okay, this is all educational purposes. That's necessary. It's necessary. So like I said, we're gonna get into some more things about insurance so people know, because open enrollment is this month. So we're going to get some more into that. Lady of Suspense did a wonderful job explaining with me. I appreciate you, Lady of Suspense, on that. So we will have another thing about that. Prepare to be sick of me. I'm just saying. Because if I ain't talking about my nursing and helping out the people, I'm going to be showing my clothing. I'm going to be rocking with it, unboxing my clothing, packing everything, y'all. I sure am. I'm going up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. God got me, and he's going to give me what my heart desire. But I want to be here to help you guys as well, too. Okay. Well, I'm going to get ready to go because I'm tired. I got to get up in the morning. But you guys have a wonderful night. Again, thank y'all so much for coming through. Peace and blessings. And don't let nobody steal your joy. All right. See y'all later. Bye-bye.